The UIL State Wrestling Tournament is finally upon us, and action kicked off Friday morning at the Berry Center in Cypress with the first two rounds. We begin on the boys' side in Class 5A at 126 pounds. Smithson Valley Jr. Tristan Luna taking on Lucas Lovejoy's Jaden Bennett. Luna leads this one 6-4 late when there's a clock issue. The match is stopped with 6 seconds left in regulation, and as they attempt to fix it, both wrestlers wait around for 5 minutes before the bout finally resumes. Luna lets Bennett get up and just manages to avoid a last-second takedown to win 6-5 and punch his ticket to the state semifinals.
Never delay that long. I've had delays due to injury time and blood time, but a delay that long was ridiculous, I think, for anybody watching too. It feels amazing because last year I came here and went 0-2, and my freshman year I couldn't make it out of districts, and it feels good. And it feels amazing to see myself progress and see what I've become.
His teammate, freshman Bryce Palmer, took care of business in the second round as well, defeating Dumas's Brandon Smith by a convincing 10-1 decision.
I was in control the entire time. I let him go only one time. It feels really good, obviously, going in the semis at state tournament, just coming in as a freshman. It feels really good. It's tough matches tomorrow, but got to win them.
The Rangers kept it going throughout the competition. At 165 pounds, Efren Arizmendiz Jr. took care of business from the start, scoring 4 points early in the first period. He eventually wins by pin a minute and 50 seconds into his match. At 175 pounds, Nicholas Dudzikowski had a chance to join his Ranger teammates in the third round, but after scoring the first point of his bout with an escape against Palo Duro's Damian Lewis, Dudzikowski ends up falling by a 12-3 major decision. Elsewhere at 157 pounds, Veterans Memorial sophomore Torrance Adkins scores an early first period takedown. He controls his match throughout and wins 7-1 to advance to the semifinals. Back at 120 pounds now, Uvalde sophomore George Rodriguez came up with a clutch third period reversal and hung on to defeat Melissa's Noah Thorson by a 2-1 decision. And how about Piper Jr. Caden Glass? He defeated his second round opponent so fast I couldn't even get set up in time. Glass won both of his bouts by pin, and he'll wrestle in the semifinals tomorrow. Let's continue with the Class 6A boys now, and we start with a great showing for our area in the 144-pound division. Clemens senior Seth Gutierrez taking on Katie's Owen Vaught. Gutierrez trailed 4-0 right out of the gates, but he clawed his way back into the match and scored the decisive takedown with 49 seconds left in regulation to win a hard-fought match 8-5. He will wrestle in tomorrow's semifinals.
It was hard, but I told myself I can't lose. Everything's on this match. I've been behind before, and I just know I know I can come back, and I get to place at state, which has been a goal of mine for a long time. So now that it's finally done, I'm still looking to place higher and go farther.
Joining him on winner's side is Reagan senior Jimmy Benny, who took charge early and often against Cypress Lake's Trent Evans, including this first period reversal. Benny wins at 9-3 and is still alive for a state title.
Feels great after 3 years of trying, and I finally got to it. So I have both my high school coaches and my club coaches, all of them, everything like I do to get here. They're always there right behind me. Slowly breathe it in, just go out there and wrestle.
At 150 pounds, Seth's twin brother Tyler also advanced to the second round, but the Clemens senior fell short in a 15-5 major decision loss to Arlington Martin's Finn Shepard. Next up at 190 pounds, the defending state champion Landon Marsh out of New Braunfels, still alive with a chance to defend his title against Allen's Aiden Cooley. This wasn't Marsh's day, though. He falls behind 4-0 in the first period and falls by a tough 8-4 decision. At 215 pounds, Roosevelt's Roman Salazar found himself in a real battle with Katie's Dimitrios Katsianis. Salazar trailed 1-0 in the third period with a chance to take the lead here, but Katsianis scores 3 fall points on a near pin, and Salazar ends up falling by a 6-0 decision. Time now for the girls to hit the mats, and let's start on the 5A side. Only one area wrestler had a chance to make it through to day 2 on winner's side. That was Piper sophomore Savannah Schaff. Representing a second-year program, Schaff took control of her match against Carrollton Turner Stephanie Gonzalez in the second period, turning a reversal into a pin in the final second of the second period, and she is moving on.
After your first match, you kind of lose the nerves, but it's really the whole aspect of wrestling all year. And you get better, so you get more confident in your skill. Honestly, it's really great. We have amazing coaches, and wrestling's just really like a family, so that's my favorite part about it.
Over in the Class 6A bracket now at 138 pounds, New Braunfels senior Gabriela Zarate jumped out to a 2-0 lead thanks to a first period takedown, and she ended up defeating Katie Seven Lakes' Sherritt Holdeman by a 4-0 decision and will wrestle in the semifinals tomorrow.
Felt good for sure. The girl was strong. You always have to respect your opponents, but I just wrestled every position the best of my ability, and you just got to keep wrestling. Last year, I didn't feel that I deserved to be here until I stood up on that podium, and I've wrestled my butt off this year. I've wrestled for the last 4 years, and I know I deserve to be here.
Joining her in tomorrow's semis will be Churchill senior Elijah Strickland. All Strickland needed was one opening, and she gets the takedown on Prosper's Sydney Beaumont, converts it into a pin 1 minute and 35 seconds into the match, punching her ticket into day 2 on winner's side.
It's kind of crazy. It's surreal. I'm back in the same position as last year, and I'm just here to prove that I'm better than I was last year.
Also moving on to the semifinals, Judson sophomore Samaria Barnett. After a relatively slow start to her second round match, Barnett finds her footing against Clearbrook's Aaliyah Villarreal and secures a victory with a pin in the final second of regulation. The pin might have been a formality considering the score, but Barnett is still excited to head to the semifinals.
I really wanted to go to day 2 because last year I didn't make it, and I felt like this year I could progress forward and go to day 2. So I really wanted to push beyond my strength and keep going until the match was done, until I finished. I didn't want to let her up, let her get anything. But I'm really glad I went in there with the confidence that I had and the determination that I had.
On the other mat, Steele's Mariana Williams won her match in comeback fashion, turning a 7-2 deficit into an early second period pin on Klein Collins' Darlene Medrano to advance. Her teammate Jada Williams came really close to doing the same thing. Thanks to a near pin late in the first period, Jada led Keller Central's Faith Macharia 5-0 heading into the second, but she would eventually fall by pin in the second round. At 145 pounds, San Marcos' Anissa Moreno was deadlocked in a tough battle with South Grand Prairie's Samara Roddy. Moreno comes up just short in a 2-1 overtime decision. On the other side of the bracket, Madison Junior Chloe Obergag advanced to the second round with a first period pin and led her second round match against Euless Trinity's Azana King 2-0 late, but she comes up on the wrong end of a stunning pin in the third period and will have to wrestle back to make the podium. Finally, at 132 pounds, Churchill senior Audrey Brown took on Arlington Martin's Janiyah Dunnigan in the second round. Brown would fall in her match via pin midway through the second period. This is just a taste of Friday's action. We'll have links to full results from today's opening rounds on our website, ksat.com. And good luck to all of our area athletes in tomorrow's quest for state titles. In the meantime, you can catch a lot more highlights and reaction from wrestling, swimming, and basketball right now on the BGC page at ksat.com. Swing by and check them out.